Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Today we will start our new chapter number 17 of grade 10. Its name is Information and Communication Technology. Today we are living in the world of ICT, which is constantly being developed. Now the question is that what is ICT? Now ICT is defined as anything which allows us to get information to communicate with each other or to have an effect on the environment using electronic or digital equipment. Now, there are different components of ICT. First is data and information. Data is simply facts or figures, but not information itself. When data is processed, organized, or presented so as to make them meaningful, then they are called the information. The second component is the hardware. Hardware are the physical parts of machinery that we can touch. For example, the keyboard, mouse, printer, etc. The third component is the software. Software is the application and programming instructions that tell your computer what to do. Software enable you to use a computer for things such as playing games, writing an essay, or listening to music. The fourth part is the procedure. These are the set of instructions and rules to design and use information system. These rules or methods may change from time to time. The last component is the human resource. It is the people who design and operate the software. Now, the second topic is about the flow of information. Now, the flow of information means is the transfer of information from one place to another through different electronic equipments. There are different forms of the flow of information, in which the first is the electrical signals. Information flow in the form of electrical signals through wire, like in telephone. The second is the electromagnetic wave or the radio waves. In radio, television, and cell phone, information sent through space in the form of electromagnetic wire. The third is the optical fiber. In the optical fiber, information travel in the form of light. Now, we first start the transmission of electrical signal through wire. Alexander Graham Bell in 1876 made a simple telephone model to send voice in the form of electrical signals from one place to another. A simple telephone set consists of a metal reed, an electrical coil, and vibrating diaphragm. The modern telephone also uses diaphragm to turn voice into electrical signals that are transmitted over phone lines. The part of telephone system in every telephone system, these are consist on two parts: the mouthpiece and the earpiece. The mouthpiece and receiver contains carbon granules and a thin metal diaphragm. When we speak in the mouthpiece, sound vibration also vibrate diaphragm. A slight vibration of diaphragm compress carbon and electrical current can flow through wire. The earpiece. This process is reversed at the other end of line by receiver. That is, electrical current flowing through an electromagnet in the receiver produces a varying magnetic field. This magnetic field attracts the thin metal diaphragm in receiver, causing it to vibrate. This vibration of diaphragm produces sound waves in our ears. Now, second point is the transmission of electrical signals through the optical fiber. An optical fiber with a coating of lower refractive index is a thin strand of high quality glass that absorbs very little light. An optical fiber cable is a bundle of glass fiber with thickness of human hair. If the angle of incidence with the cladding is less than the critical angle, some of the light will escape the fiber optics and is lost. And if the angle of incidence is greater than the critical angle, light is totally reflected into the fiber optics. The totally reflected beam of the light travels in a straight line until it hits the inner wall again and so on. This process repeated until the light reaches at the end. The optical fiber can be used for sending very high data rates over long distances. When electric signals are transmitted through wires, the signal loss increases with increasing data rate. This decreases the range of signals. There are three types of optical fibers. The first is the step index multimode. The rays at low angles are reflected due to total internal reflection and travel along the fiber. Other rays are absorbed by the surrounding material. This type of fiber is best suited for the transmission over very short distances. The second type is the single mode. When the fiber core radius is reduced to the order of a wavelength, only a single angle or mode can pass. The single mode is typically used for the long distance applications. The third and the last is the graded index multimode. When the index of refraction at the center of the core is made is higher and reduced gradually, light in the core curves helically due to variation in the index of refraction. These graded index fibers are often used in the local area networks. Each optical fiber in a multimode cable is 10 times bigger than the fiber optics in a single mode cable. The multimode cables can send information only over relatively short distances and be used to link computer network together. Now the features of the optical fibers are that they large capacity of data traveling, they have the high speed, long distances and safe data. Now the third way of the flow of information is the transmission of radio waves through air or space. Sound waves produced at radio station are changed into electrical signals through microphone. These electrical signals are then introduced into the transmission antenna, which consists of two metal rod signals falling on the transmission antenna. Oscillates the changes, which then emits these electrical signals in the form of electromagnetic radio waves. At the receiving end, the receiver selects and amplifies the modulated signals. The modulator then contracts the information signals and delivers it to the receptor. The radio transmission and the receiving system is shown in this sketch. The electrical signals representing information from a microphone, a TV camera, or a computer can be sent from one place to another by using radio waves. For transmission of a signal, radio frequency electrical energy from the transmitter is converted into electromagnetic energy by the antenna and radiated into the surrounding environment. For reception of a signal, electromagnetic energy falling on the antenna is converted into radio frequency electrical energy and fed into the receiver. In two-way communication, the same antenna can be used for both the transmission and reception. Now, a communication satellite is in fact a microwave relay station. It is used to link two or more ground-based microwave transmitters, known as the earth stations or the ground station. The satellite receives transmissions on one frequency uplink, amplifies or repeats the signal, and transmit it on other frequency downlink. In satellite communication, the uplink refers to the communication between the earth station transmitter and the satellite. The data is transmitted from the ground station to the satellite at a specified frequency. The downlink process connects the satellite to the ground station receiver. Now, these are all the ways for the flow of information, that is, transfer of information from one place to another by the electronic equipments. I hope that this all topic is clear to you. Thank you.